When Acedeck first came onto the market and announced the Aries X1, that really took the Eskate world by storm. I mean, this company really came out of nowhere with these gorgeous full gloss carbon fiber boards and 14S4P battery configurations when everyone was really just using 12S4P. Not to mention the CNC trucks that were also being used were completely custom and everyone else was using forged at that point, so definitely a knockout of the park there. And just giant batteries with completely custom ESCs, you can kind of see where I'm going with this, right? Acedeck just kind of came out of nowhere and swung for the fences and really just knocked it out of the park. And shortly thereafter, they announced their NYX Z3 series, the top-loaded mounted battery pack, giant custom CNC trucks, gear drive system. Basically, it was a DIY board, but production-based, and top-notch parts and everything. And here we are again. Acedeck has kicked it up a notch with their brand new NYX Z3 Off-Road Edition. And man, does this thing rip. Let us start off with the top of the deck where the battery is actually mounted here. Acedeck wanted to cover as much ground as possible and basically meet everyone's budgetary needs. So everything from a 14S3P all the way up to a 14S6P in battery configuration is your big differences really between all the sets. And we'll dive a little further into that in a second. So the top of the line battery being a 14S6P Samsung 50E at 1,554 watt hours of battery power. Insane amount of range and capability for that, which is something I guess you would need if you're going off-roading where battery demands are pretty intense. Now, there are other battery configurations, a 14S5P, which is what I have here, a 14S4P, and a 14S3P. All of the battery configurations use Samsung 50E except for the bottom one at the 14S3P uses the P42 moly cell setup. Now, when it comes to range, there are a multitude of factors. Off-roading being a really intense battery drain because of the amount of power and stability you need to be able to get across these rugged terrains. The 14S5P, which I have here, is definitely, in my personal opinion, the sweet spot when it comes to it. 14S6P is an absolute powerhouse of a beast, but I was finding that 7 miles of off-roading, I only drained from 58 volts down to 57 volts, and that's kind of crazy to me. I'm really expecting a little bit more drain, but it was 50 degrees outside that day and plenty warm for me, but definitely an enjoyable time. And to have that much battery power coming back after a 7-mile off-roading ride, I was thinking I was going to get less range out of this thing, but it seems like I could probably get somewhere in the mid-30s with this. Charge times vary on the actual purchase of the battery configuration. The 14S6P comes with a fast 6 amp charger, so it charges you up pretty quickly. The 14S5P that I have here is from 0 to 100% in anywhere from 5 to 6 hours. And again, check the website for the other stuff that's on there that shows the different appropriate times of charging between those. Now, with this gorgeous carbon fiber deck that you have as well in here, it's a multi-layer of maple, fiberglass, carbon fiber, giving it a very good rigid feeling, but also has a medium flex to it as well too. Obviously, the shock's giving you the most absorption and everything in there. This does have some flex to it as well, so you can use it almost like a trampoline-like effect. The beautiful thing is that they do have the pre-mounted drill holes for your binding setup. I will be getting up a set of bindings and I will be trying this out, so make sure if you haven't yet, click that subscribe button down below, thumbs up this video. I'm looking forward to taking this thing off-roading, maybe hitting a few jumps as well. The CNC encased ESC, try saying that 10 times fast, has integrated taillight inside of here, which when you turn it on, powers up. And by double tapping the remote allows you to actually have the battery on or the brake light off, and no matter what, pulling back on the brake will actually allow you to flash. So it goes through its charge up sequence, lets you know that everything's on there, pull back, flash, double tap, on, double tap, off, double tap on, flash, double tap off, still flashes when you pull back. Really cool feature in that sense. The completely newly redesigned ESC is actually fantastically smoother than it was before. Some people like that torquey off the line, I did. They actually made this a little bit more customer friendly. Still with the full customizable options through the remote, you're actually able to change the output, but way smoother than it was before. The other beautiful thing is that 145 amps, 10 current from the battery power just really gives you a full 37 mile an hour top end speed, which is absolutely insane in my hand. Very smooth power, way smoother than the previous generation ESCs. It's not a kick you off the line, but it definitely climbs all the way through. I'm in a S Plus mode right now, and these motors are super quiet. The gears are super quiet, but it's a lot of fun. Let's hear it. Yeah, that was 34 miles an hour, and a little bit of speed wobble there. Probably have to tighten these things up just a little bit because they are still so carvy, even for such wide trucks. So let's go ahead and talk about the motors here. There's actually two different variants. On the 14S 6P Elite version, you get these 6890 100 kV motors. Everyone else gets these 6384 100 kV motors that you found in other powerful. Personally, I've never said that these motors were underpowered by any stretch of the means. The fact that they're able to change the windings inside there and get you way more power output and a smoother acceleration with smoother braking, I think is a win in my personal opinion. So what does that mean with the redesigned motors and ESC? Basically, what Acedeck did is they went back to the drawing board, listened to the customers, and basically said that less torque off the line, but smoother power output all the way through the entire band. And I can definitely attest to that they did that they were able to customize this thing and make it completely smoother all the way through. So no more jerky off the line starts, no more dead band worrying in that sense on the throttle. I definitely say that they went back to the drawing board and did exactly what they said they were going to do for the customers and make this more user-friendly for everyone. Now the good thing is, again, you can go into your remote and change the settings to back to where you want it to be, so you can make this thing absolutely rip off the line if you want to, but personally, the way that I've been riding it, it's been really, really well. Now let's go ahead and talk about the power drive steering system here with their brand new Element 4.0 gear drive system. Acedeck, I never had a problem in the past with their gear drives. They just seem to be making them better and better with each iteration, and I mean, it's a win for us. These ones in particular, they've made them 30% smaller than the previous generations, giving you more ground clearance for rocks, off-roading, routes, or whatever it may be, so you don't damage the bottom of these things as easily. The other benefit too is that they've used stainless steel, heat-treated gear drive system, allowing you to have really quiet, efficient, and super powerful, almost unbreakable, we'll put a little asterisk on the almost, but definitely way stronger than I was thinking that in the past with the Palm systems. With the outer shell being an aluminum CNC'd machine, it is fantastic. It's smaller, like I said, 30% shorter in capacity than the other one, but the beautiful thing is that it's fully O-ring sealed on the inside, keeping out all dust, debris, mud, anything along those lines that way, giving you peace of mind riding through the wilderness. And again, I kind of ran this thing through some mud and sand, came home, kind of cleaned it off, but again, I've never had any worries with anything riding off Acedeck. All right. Let's talk about these trucks. Acedeck has taken the channel truck system and created this brand new shock absorbing masterpiece with each wheel independently moving, giving you the maximum amount of ground clearance and ability to go over rough terrain, whether that's sidewalk, wilderness, or anything along in between. Now, the off-roading edition might seem just like a necessary need for the wilderness, but let me tell you, this thing can tackle the urban terrain as well. Now with these trucks and having the integration of spring technology with bushings, these control arms are insanely nimble in my opinion. I mean, look at this. This is double king performance on a massive wide channel truck system. And the response is just insane. The bounce back and everything along the lines that way, you just feel everything underneath your feet. And then you can glide over any cracks, debris, or anything. The control arm situation here is made of 70-75 CNC'd versus your typical cast aluminum system you'd find on other situations out there. This basically lets you know that you can take abuse with off-roading needs and not have to worry about anything cracking or warping at the end of it. The other thing notable is that the turning rating on this is surprisingly carvy. As you can see in this footage here, going around in a circle is actually better than a TKP setup. And I know that channel truck systems in the past necessarily haven't been the best turning radius, but my use case scenario, it's absolutely fantastic. Not only are the bushings completely replaceable on the bottom part here, so you can swap out to different hardnesses as you want, but the actual shock absorbing system as well can be completely customized to your riding preference. If you need something with a higher top speed, tighten them up. Something with a little bit more, obviously, off-roading needs, loosen them. And you'll be able to get that with no hesitation whatsoever. As you can see with the off-road capability, it's definitely shock absorbing. These wheels, these trucks, everything lines that way, definitely eat up the road vibrations. The wah-pah factor is 100% there. If you want something that is a urban wah-pah machine that's got insane amount of range, definitely an option here. Don't have to worry about potholes or cracks in the road. So as much of an off-road beast as this thing is, it's definitely proving itself in the urban jungle. Also, I must say that these gears are insanely quiet compared to the predecessors. The Nomad for me was a TIE fighter machine, and these ones are a very low hum, even at high speeds. Just buttery smooth, so honestly, just a really good package. But the power is just insane. So, what are my overall closing thoughts on the Acedeck NYX Z3 Off-Road Edition? Let me tell you, you get a lot of bang for buck at this price with this incredible feature of a board. I really can't say that you're losing out on anything. And if off-roading is something that you enjoy doing, this is definitely a board for you. And even if you don't off-road, even if you are someone that's just a concrete jungle dweller, you can definitely enjoy this board as well. For those off-roading needs and on-roading needs, Acedeck Z3 has definitely knocked this one out of the park in my opinion. Trying to get into the off-roading and be able to get this incredible board at that price point. I have the 14S 5P configuration at $23.99 right now. If you use code ACEDREW for any of these options or anything on the website, you do save yourself $25 off purchase and helps directly support this channel. So here are my overall thoughts on the NYX Z3 Off-Roading Edition. This thing is an absolute beast. Acedeck, as always, has gone ahead and chosen top-notch premium quality for their shock system, their batteries, their ESC, and the enclosure system. Everything about it just screams perfection in my opinion. They really have not gone unlooked on anything here. From the lug nut on the wheel having the Acedeck logo on this beautiful polished red, all the way down to the independent suspension system shocks, the absolute gorgeous detail on the ESC enclosure, just everything around this is just a top-notch quality. Acedeck, in my opinion, really is the premier market when it comes to these things, and they just keep pushing the envelope with every single iteration of any of their boards or products that they come out with. As someone that's been riding for a while, I'm truly proud to say that Acedeck really is top of the line when it comes to any of these things in the e-skate world. As always guys, if you haven't yet, click that subscribe button down below. Go ahead and thumbs up this video. It helps the channel tremendously. I'm going to be giving away a massive giveaway at 3,000 subscribers, so go ahead and stay tuned. Let me just let you know that I appreciate every single one of you. It's been an incredible journey so far. It's because of you that I get to go ahead and review products like this and talk about the Eskate and be able to further the community in the e-skate world. Until next time guys, remember, always wear a helmet. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.